Hey guys, welcome back to the Not Only Carrot show here on YouTube. I'm Leah and today I'm going to take you for a walk through my pantry. Let's get started. Okay guys, we're just going to start and go all the way around and show you all the exciting things in my pantry. But I will have a little disclaimer to begin with. We live in a very remote area of Australia and we bulk buy our food. So when you're seeing 60 tins of beans and tomatoes, please don't freak out. We don't only eat beans and tomatoes as vegans. I just find it a lot cheaper and a lot easier to buy it all in one go. The first area, we've got cling wrap and alfoil and the general kind of wrap things up area. I cook a lot of dried beans and things, so I've got Ziploc bags and that's perfect for freezing those. We also have in these bulk boxes some cordials. We've got the orange crush and fruit cup. These are 50% fruit juice and have far less sugar than most cordials. We have that with SodaStream soda water over the top, and it makes for a very low sugar and very yummy drink. All right, we've got some corn chips. These are just plain corn chips. We live in an area where we actually get our shopping delivered by plane, and often they will pop because of the air pressure, but I managed to get one of my 3 packets not popped. Some pitted dates, we chuck these little guys in the freezer and they are beautiful as a little lolly. They're really chewy. Because chips and things like that do pop on our aeroplane, well, it's not our aeroplane, but the aeroplane that comes, we buy these and actually fry chips up ourselves. So these are some tapioca red crackers and salada vegetable crackers. They're just from either an Asian store or a Indian grocery store. Fried up in a little bit of oil and it literally just makes the most delicious vegetable chips. No, I don't eat a lot of cinnamon, but I do own a lot of cinnamon. We actually have a really bad bat problem here. Bats hate cinnamon powder. So we just throw cinnamon powder up into the roof. My husband gets a blower and blows up there and the bats go away. They don't like it. So there's some mint leaves and rosemary. In here I've got some thyme, parsley, sage, oregano. I've also got a bunch of tinned vegetables. It's just peas, corn and carrot. And also I've got peas. I love to mash these and have them with a lentil pie that I make. Peeled tomatoes, we throw them in with some herbs and salt into a pot and have them over toast for brekkie sometimes or dinner. It's a fast, easy dinner. And we've also got some diced tomatoes. All right, if we head down here, we've got some more drinks. We've got apple and mango, a bunch more cordials, lemon crush. There's a raspberry one. We've got V8. It's really nice in my pine nut pasta from my cookbook as well. We've got lima beans and brown lentils. You soak them and then you pressure cook them and you end up with 1.5 to double whatever you put in it as dry, so they go a long way. I've also got some chickpeas up the back too. They're just from my local Indian grocery store, and by local I mean 10 hours away because we live in the middle of nowhere. All right, in this teensy weensy bag is the best thing ever. This is little golden flakes of awesome. Oh, look at that. That's savory yeast flakes. Sometimes you'll hear them referred to as nutritional yeast. You sprinkle them on toast with a bit of salt or put some tomato with them or have them on top of a pizza and they add a cheesiness to it and it's just yum. Get on eBay. That's a Divine Health brand. All right, I also buy my nuts in bulk as well, and this is just cashews. It was cheaper to buy cashews that were crushed. I put them in my Thermomix anyway. You can just like a strong blender. I make cashew mayonnaise out of my cashews. I put them in 2 cup lots and it makes it faster and easier for me when I am doing my cooking. Down here in the corner, popcorn. Once again, I don't buy it pre-popped because it'll pop on the plane and it's so cheap. Like this is only like $2 and it makes so much popcorn. I put yeast flakes and salt with our popcorn as well. Down in Brisbane, my family goes to Costco for me and gets me this beautiful savory seaweed. I know I like fishy tasting things. My husband thinks it's gross. I think it's awesome. Some crystallized ginger. I'm going to make my own ginger cookies, which are in my cookbook as well. My other daughter is super keen on dried banana chips. I do not like them at all. If you want a good suggestion for something to put in a kid's lunchbox or whatever, they're crispy like a chip, but they're healthy. Chia. There's chia seed and linseed, which is flax seeds in bulk as well. I grind up the chia and we have it on our cereal. And I grind up LSA, which is linseed, sunflower seeds and almonds. This is not gluten-free. This is literally gluten flour. So this is 100% gluten. Sometimes in America they call it vital wheat gluten flour. And I use this to make gluten steaks and also my walnut patties, and it gives it a really meaty texture. Perfect to add to like patties if they're a bit mushy and you want to have more of a bite, like more of a chew to it. Chuck in a bit of that. I get that from the organic buyers group because it's just the cheapest I've found. These are wasabi peas, if you like burning your insides out and every now and then having a big cough and splatter. These are fun. Now down here I've got some whole wheat pasta. So these are little spirals, and we've got some little elbows, which is essentially a macaroni. It's a Delalo brand, and I just got them from iHerb as well. There's a bit of French onion soup mixed down there, some maize flour. All right, guys, we're gonna head on down to the depths of the pantry. All right, this is my oil section. I don't use a heap of oil except in my soy whipped cream. That's my main recipe that has a lot of oil in it, but most other things I cook I only have a tablespoon or a couple tablespoons worth. But I do like to go for the extra virgin olive oil. I really love the flavor of that, and also the rice bran oil. What I do is I buy a little one and a big one, and then I just refill it. I got a couple of empty ones. I save them because occasionally I do deep fry things like homemade donuts and spring rolls, and so I save the oil and reuse it. This is my owl. Here's my bags. And that down here we've got more juice, pine orange juice, and grape juice. Now, this is a strange thing to have in the pantry. Oh, it's got cobwebs in it. This is a pipe, in case you didn't know. And I actually use this to shape my gluten patties when I do a really big bulk cook up of them. And what you do is you get your patty mixture, you seal off the end with a bag, and you shove your patty mixture right down into the tube, and then you seal the other end off once it's full and put it in the freezer. And after an hour or so, tip it out and it comes out like this big sausage. And then you cut circles of gluten off that, maybe about a centimetre thick. That way you can get these beautiful, perfectly round gluten patties. Down here are roughly 1 million shopping bags. This is washing up detergent. I buy it in bulk. I buy 1 year's worth in one go. This is a homemade wheat bag. That's a big tub of the honey, but honey is not vegan. The cookbook does not have any honey in it at all, but it is plant-based. There's a massive block in there of those cashew bits. Here's another oil that I do use occasionally, and this is sesame oil. It's really flavoursome and lovely in stir fries. I've got a little bit of coconut oil, which I don't use that much of. It is a saturated fat, but I do use it occasionally in a coconut fudge, carob fudge that I make, and that is very delicious. We've got gravy, arrowroot, which adds a stretchiness to your fake vegan cheeses like mozzarella cheeses. We've got corn flour. Once again, I can use that for thickeners in stir fries or in sauces. I've got potato starch down there. I've got a little bit of polenta. We had homemade pizza the other day, and I just sprinkle some of this on the bottom of the pan along with a little bit of olive oil, and it adds a little bit of crispy crunch down to your pizza. And I also have a bit of black salt. This adds an eggy flavour to foods. All right, if we come up here now, we'll go to the condiments shelf. We've got some peanut butter. This one does have the salt and sugar added, but it's the lowest sugar content I could find, and my kids actually just like to eat it by the spoonful as a treat. This one, however, no sugar, no salt, 100% roasted peanuts. This one just has a little bit of salt, but the rest of it is just peanuts as well. So ideally, I try to go for those whole foods. This is Rapadura, which is evaporated cane juice. Caro, which is a cereal beverage that tastes really similar to coffee and there's no caffeine. In America, there's a product called Pero. I think it's P-E-R-O, and it's the same kind of thing. This is carob powder. I use this in the place of cocoa, and it's caffeine-free and theobromine-free and adds a really yummy chocolatey flavour. Vegemite, 100%. Every single Australian pantry has to have Vegemites. I have to do an episode about how to eat Vegemite the right way. We've got some rice malt syrup. We've got molasses. These are all the vegan liquid sweeteners. You can have them on your pancakes. You put them in your baking. We've got some golden syrup and some treacle syrup. These ones are refined, but I use them occasionally. This one in my Anzac biscuits recipe, and I use the treacle syrup in a carob mousse. This is the honey from down here. I fill up these little containers from the big container, and then I fill up the smaller containers from the medium containers just to save myself having to reopen a big bulk thing every time. Over here I've got all of my homemade salsa, but I reuse my jars. Delicious on nachos or on haystacks. I've got dill and some curry paste. In case you weren't sure, we like tacos. A big taco. Brown rice noodles, really nice with stir fries, and I like to fry them, so I cook them up, I drain them, wait till they're a little bit dry, put a bit of rice bran oil in my pan, and then I cook them up with a bit of soy sauce, and they go crispy and really yummy. Vermicelli rice noodles. I'm going to make some rice paper spring rolls later in the week. 2-minute noodles here. They're chicken flavour, but there's no chicken in them, which is kind of cool. Pokkien noodles. These are those thick wheat noodles. This one is brown rice pasta. This is an organic brown rice pasta, once again from iHerb. Make sure though, if you do cook your own brown rice pasta, that you put a lot of water in. Follow the instructions, because otherwise it just turns to a big fat gloopy mess. I've got some jam cheddar here, which you add to your fruit and sugar to make your own jam. If you can't, I really recommend this brand. Saint Dalfour is 100% fruit, and we love it. This is the apricot jam, and we love the strawberry jam as well. Citric acid over here, I use that in place of lemon juice if I run out. Got some bicarb here. I use this for cleaning as well as for baking. Some little molds at the back. We use it for little carob chocolates that we make, and carob fudge. I like all my baking things together, so I like things really organized. Got vanilla. This is natural vanilla extract. Toothpicks, hundreds and thousands. We don't have them very often, but occasionally we do have them. Keep an eye out for colorings. Some colorings aren't vegan, some are, so just be aware of different brands. Some apple cider vinegar. Over here I've got a bunch of herb teas, just different flavors, passion fruit, lime and ginger, some peppermint tea, some sugar in here, just some raw sugar and a little bit of white sugar that I use for my bread baking. Rolled oats. I love making porridge for breakfast and also use these in my Anzac biscuits and some other recipes. Oh, some more vegan cereals. All right, so we've got Crunchola, very yummy. We have Just Right as well. Some Wheat Bix blends, cornflakes, Be Natural cereal, and Wheat Bix, plain Wheat Bix. What we do to make things a bit cheaper and make things last longer in our family, because we eat a lot of food, we've got growing girls, is everyone has to have a Wheat Bix, at least one Wheat Bix on the bottom, and then they can have a handful of a different cereal on top just to make it a little bit different, and that way the cereal lasts a lot longer. Over here I've got some tinned fruit. We like to add tinned fruit onto our cereals. Up the top, once again, it's in the packaging because it's all bulk, but we've got peach slices and fruit salad over there as well. Got a bunch of vegan cookbooks up the top. Got Veganomicon, Cook 30, Ecological Cooking. Oh, look at this one. Ooh, oh, isn't this a nice cookbook? Oh, I know who made that one. That's me. Okay. Then we've got hand towels. We don't eat hand towels, even though they probably are vegan, but that's a handy place to keep them in the pantry. We've got some baby beets. You can't beat a baby beet. They are so yummy. And we've got sliced beetroot as well. If you're in America and you want to give it a try, look for pickled beetroot. It's really yummy. We have it on burgers and with salads. Asparagus, really yummy with salad, or you can heat it up with like a vegan cheese sauce. We have champignons, which are mushrooms. I've got them with the pre-sliced ones and the big chunky ones. And they're not champignons for anyone out there who might perhaps call them that. We've got some ginger. We have our Master Foods traditional tartare sauce. This was in our surprising things that you didn't know were vegan show, and yeah, this is creamy and everything, and it's vegan. Very cool. Jackfruit in brine. I haven't tried it yet. I've had people recommend the pulled barbecue pork jackfruit burger things, and honestly, I'm a bit scared. I tried it once at a potluck lunch and it really didn't thrill me. So it's just sitting there. I don't know. I've got to get motivated to try it. I got some tomato paste. I use that when I make pizzas. And we've got some beef style stock, our Muscle brand. We've got some yummy sauerkraut. We've got some artichoke hearts. These are all things I grab, guys, and open up and have it like with a tin of nut meat and make a nutmeat and baked beans and salad, and that's a delicious meal. Coconut cream, this is 100% coconut cream. There's a preservative, a little emulsifier. When I eat it, and my tummy just goes bleh, really fast. Even if I have a teaspoon of it, I feel yuck. So I always make sure I get the 100% coconut, and I find I do better on that. But it does add a nice creaminess from time to time when we have curries. All right. We've got some sushi seasoning and sushi ginger. We use these when we make our own homemade sushi. I do have an episode of that, and it's very yummy. We've got some sun-dried tomatoes. I love to chop these up. These are delicious in nutmeg pasta that I make, and we also put these on our pizzas. We've got some olives over here. We like the stuffed olives. They're stuffed with pimento. They're stuffed. These are just capsicum. Pimento is just a fancy old name for capsicum. All right, well, I'll just explain this little bay leaf that was stuck into the side of these multivitamins. I use bay leaves as a natural bug deterrent. Cockroaches and things like that don't like them. So I just throw them around my pantry, and seems to do the trick most of the time. So these are some multivitamins that my kids take. I'm not convinced they necessarily need a multivitamin, but they enjoy them. And I think these are a whole food multivitamin. Once again, iHerb Italian dressing. We enjoy that on our salads. Vita wheat crackers is a whole wheat. We've got some saladas. These are wholemeal but not whole wheat, but we like to have these occasionally with tomato and avocado on top. If we head down, welcome to Grain Corner. I've got some psyllium husks here. You can add them for binding to your cooking. And I have some organic whole millet. This is from iHerb as well. I'm not sponsored. I should be sponsored by iHerb. iHerb, sponsor me. Some sushi rice here. It's white sushi rice, but apparently you can find brown sushi rice. Once this is finished, I'm going to get some brown and try it out. Quinoa. Quinoa is a really strong flavored grain. I actually don't mind it because it's 14% protein. All right, this is my I Love Sanitarium section. The Veggie Delights brand. This is an Australian brand, and I love their stuff. This is the savory lentils, and we have nuttolene over here. Both of these are gluten-free as well, if you happen to be gluten-free. Then we have casserole mince. These ones do contain gluten. And this one's sort of like a mince. You can tip it in with your bolognese sauce or your tacos as your taco mince. And this is nut meat. You can either mash this up and use it as a mince as well, or slice it into circles, put it on sandwiches, or dice it and put into pasta. It's really yummy. Down here we've got some mock meats. We've got some vegetarian mock abalones. It's sort of a fishy flavour. Mock chicken. We've got mock duck. Chop suey in there as well. Beans over here. We've got butter beans. We've got Mexican salsa chili beans. And we've got kidney beans. And we've got baked beans. And bologna beans. So beans, beans, beans. This is soy milk section. Yeah, we just use regular soy milk. This is the cheapest soy milk that we can find because we eat a lot of soy milk. And we have it on cereals and in smoothies. Okay, down here we've got the oils. We've got extra virgin olive oil, rice bran oil, a massive soy sauce at the back that I refill here. We've got peanut oil, tomato sauce, barbecue sauce. Once again, I refill those little ones. We've got the Pimp My Salad brand coconut bacon, great for homemade ranch salads. Salt, Tabasco sauce, and some liquid smoke adds a bit of meaty flavor to your patties and things. And I'll take it out over here. We have sesame oil, liquid aminos, similar to soy sauce, curry powder, turmeric, celery seed, cumin, coriander, paprika, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, a bit of parsley. I like to make garlic bread. I have a lot of parsley. Sea salt. Over here I've got my yeast flakes, and I put them in a Herbamare container. I've got some bacon seasoning. These guys won a Shark Tank deal. Very cool. Chicken salt. I hope you've enjoyed walking through my pantry. It can be a bit daunting when you're first wanting to swap over and you don't know what to put in your pantry. So anyway, this gives you a rough idea of what I've got. Obviously, you don't need quite as much if you've got a shop nearby. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let me know what's in your pantry. Perhaps there's something in your plant-based pantry that I don't have. All right, guys, have a lovely week, and we will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Bye.